Hey church, it's Pastor Geoffrey with the weekly video blog update for the last weekend in August, which is the 26th and the 27th of August. A lot going on in the last weekend, actually over the next couple of weekends as we do some early activities in September. It's a good time as we start back our programs for the fall. We've had nice summer breaks where we haven't had a few types of meetings that we were doing in Bible studies, and those things are all going to ramp up here in September now that the kids are back in school and all those events are going on. But this weekend we're going to come back together as the men at a men's Bible study. We've been going through the book of Revelation. We're going to do that on Saturday morning, the 26th at 9 a.m. We're going to have some breakfast there, so men, come on out and we'll continue our conversation. We'll catch up. We haven't talked for a month because of other events that were going on, and so we'll get back together and reset where we are and then continue on in the process. And then later on Saturday night, we have our family movie night. Family movie night is at 6 p.m. in the fellowship hall. We'll have some popcorn and treats available. The movie selected, The Secrets of Jonathan Sperry. So we want to thank Miss Sydney for her efforts in organizing movie night. It's a great time for me to be able to hang with the crew. We're going to do that on Saturday night. So make that part of your plan for the weekend. On Sunday, we're going to get back to our Gospel of John study as the sermon series is moving through John chapter 10. Believe it or not, we're halfway through the book of John, and as we've been going through John chapter 10, lots of interesting things have been showing up. It's Jesus's last interaction with the Jews in debate, and so he has been talking about himself. He gives an example of the good shepherd, and then he announces that he is the good shepherd. He says he is the door for the sheep. He is the way into heaven, the way into a right relationship with God the Father. And he talks a lot about the characteristics of a shepherd, relating it to himself, and he is our good shepherd. And then last week we discussed the security of the sheep. The sheep have eternal security. Eternal security is important for us to understand, and so that sermon is available on the website and on our YouTube channel if you happen to miss that. But we did a run through of eternal security with statements that were taken from different books of the Bible, but culminating in that passage in Romans 8 where nothing will ever take us away from him. His love is secure, and we are secure in his love for us. This weekend, we're going to go back to the court scene analogy with a message titled, "The Charge is Levied." What was Jesus crucified for? What was the charge that the Jews put forth to crucify him? And we're going to talk a little bit about that in preparation for what's coming in the future interaction with the Jews that leads to the book of glory. John is split up into the book of signs and book of glory, and we'll get through into the book of glory pretty quickly here. One more chapter in the book of signs, John chapter 11, where we'll look at the greatest sign. That's in a couple of weeks from now. So that's the prep for Sunday. Read through John chapter 10 and you'll be up to speed on where we're going, and we're going to discuss the charges levied against the King and the Master and the Lord of the universe. But it's Wednesday here at the church, and we're going to have our fellowship meal at 6 p.m. here at the church, and then we're going to have our Bible study in the book of Romans after that at 7 p.m. We are in Romans 10, talking about the human response to the call for salvation as Paul outlines this for the Jews, and a great conversation we've had there. And then lastly, I want to give a little bit of a primer for what we're going to do in the fall programming. We're going to get back to a Sunday evening service. That's going to start September 10th. September 10th. We're going to put forth a set of messages on what is going to happen from now until the end of the world. It's called end time stuff, or eschatology if you're a theologian. What happens from now to the end? The Bible is littered with prophecies about what happens during the end time. And so we're going to preach Sunday night, 3 sessions a month. The 4th session every month is going to be our prayer and praise night. And so we're going to teach on the end time stuff. It's a great opportunity to invite friends and family. If they go to another church on Sunday morning, great, that's fine. Come on Sunday night, 6 p.m. We're going to allow people to ask questions that we'll answer during this series. Somebody may have questions about, is there anything in the Bible about Russia and Russia's war on Ukraine, and what does that have to do with the future? That's a very good question. There are things in the Bible that speak about Russia. What are we going to see in the end times? What happens in Jerusalem? Where is the Lord going to come back to? When will the Lord come back? What kind of events lead up to the Lord coming back? What other events are available to us in Scripture that are prophesied for? And then to be able to explain that in clear, concise way so that everybody can understand what's coming in the future. Very good opportunity for you to come, invite friends and family to come. So like I said, we do those three sermon every month, and then the 4th week of every month is going to be our prayer and praise night. As I said earlier, this is the last week of August, so we're going to do a prayer and praise night at 6 p.m. On Sunday night here at the church this weekend too. And so if you want to come and just have a time of prayer for our fellowship, prayer for the community, and just share some songs that we're going to sing together, that's going to happen on Sunday night this weekend too. So a lot going on here at the church, a lot going on this weekend, and good opportunities to learn coming into the future. So I hope you guys are going to have a good time learning here at the church. I hope you're going to be excited about inviting friends and family to Sunday night services. And I look forward to seeing you maybe here tonight for our fellowship meal and Bible study, but on the weekend as we get back into the Gospel of John. Love you guys. Hope you're having a great week.